Guys, welcome to Hot Takes. It is me, Young SHIRO, and my co-host, Luxury Elite. Say hello to the people, Lux.
What a way to start that off. Hi, I'm not ready.
Yeah, that Arpwire ad ends really like abruptly. We're so glad you guys are here for our 10th episode of our 5th season, and we are very, very excited about who we have on the docket tonight. Scene builder, show organizer, community everyman, and dear friend of the show, Roge Corp. Everyone knows Roge Corp. Everyone likes Roge Corp. And if you don't, you haven't spent enough time with him. But he's a good, very good friend of ours. He leads the VaporVA. Well, he and Vincent Van Gogh together run VaporVA, and he runs the Isles of Eternal Chill server, which hosts a lot of really cool game nights, movie nights, listening nights, just an all-around chill, just terrific community place to be. A great sister server to the Hot Takes server. And Roge, with Vincent Van Gogh, has run I2K and Roge Fest as well, which has recently rebranded, I think. Maybe not officially, but anyways, so we're very, very excited.
Spoiler alert.
He's the only co-host that has not had his own episode, and I'm frankly embarrassed that it took so long. I cannot wait for the wrap-in we're about to do. But anyways, we're going to just lay down some ground rules, start with some recommendations. Guys, thank you so much for being here. If you like Hot Takes or you like Roge Corp, Luxury Leader Young SHIRO, link your friends and invite them to jump in the chat. Have people rate us, put it on Blue Sky, put it in Discord, jump in. Keep it clean. No sexism, racism, homophobia, transphobia, or xenophobia is allowed in Hot Takes. We encourage controversial opinions. We want to hear the hottest cancelable takes, but nothing that's going to be hateful, right? No punching down. You could punch up, but punch way above your weight class, please. If you hadn't noticed, emojis when you post in the server go on the screen. That's fun. So run up those emojis. And also, your commands are down at the very bottom. As long as you put an exclamation point, you can do stuff like check out the Hot Takes Volume 1 comp or jump in our Discord server. Stuff like that. So, very excited about the first-time chatters and regulars, and shout out all of our mods. We appreciate y'all, each and every one of y'all, for being here. We're going to start off tonight with a couple recommendations. I've had a bit of a dry run. Unfortunately, man, I've been listening to a lot of Outrun Synthwave and Vaporwave, and I've just been finding a lot of stuff that's just like the okayest stuff of all time. Not bad, but not like really anything that gets the blood moving. So I only have a couple recs tonight. So I've democratized the recs. We're going to hear 2 from me, 2 from Lux, 2 from Roge. You guys are going to get double the recs tonight, because normally I give 3. 2, and 2 is 6. So that'll be really good stuff for y'all to check out. I want to showcase 2 Outrun Synthwave albums that I listened to in the past couple weeks that I was really impressed by. One of them is extremely well known to anyone who knows anything about 80s influenced retro music, and that's The Midnight. I've been slowly moving through The Midnight's discography, radio friendly as it is. There are some tracks by The Midnight, and if you don't like synthwave with vocals, you're not going to like The Midnight. It's very much a damn near synth pop duo, and it's not even really a duo. Zartet said something in chat about them live. They got like 5 people that play live: a saxophone player, a drummer. But the duo, the core duo, has a series of albums that they've been putting out since the mid 2010s. And it is, along with like FM84 and Gunship, probably the most well-known synthwave act. I bought their album Monsters, and it's part of an unofficial trilogy that's kind of like about childhood, teenagehood, and I guess young adulthood. And what I don't like about The Midnight is that Tyler Lyle has this like Southern Georgia singer-songwriter youth group ass voice that like I struggle to enjoy, but sometimes it just hits, and when it does, it hits hard, especially when they do the pitch shifting thing. There's a lot of like pitch shifting. If anyone has listened to The Midnight, tell me I'm wrong. The guy sounds like he should be singing youth group music.
Look,
there's one song in particular called Prom Night that's just awful.
It sounds like Goo Goo Dolls. It's terrible. I fucking hate it. It got stuck in my head at work today.
I'm actually recommending this album. I actually liked Monsters a lot.
I'm so sorry, the Midnight.
The producer, I believe he's a Danish guy. I can't remember, but he does a lot of experimentation where there's like some EBM shit and like a little bit of like kind of neo R&B shit going on. It really reminded me of this guy called Power Glove from the early 2010s. He made synthwave, but he would kind of like experiment a little bit with it, take it outside that like neon 80s driving down the highway with palm trees bullshit. So at the end of the day, you're going to get some Tyler Lyle, singer-songwriter, youth group ass synth pop, but you're also going to get some really cool like pitch shifty, moody, outrun synthwave that I can recommend wholeheartedly. So check out Monsters by the Midnight. Just be aware that it's kind of all over the place.
At least the album has instrumentals. Their Bandcamp has instrumentals. So if
his
you
vocals
hate the
aren't
vocals,
that bad,
you might like the instrumentals.
They don't sound... Anyways, that's enough. The next album is also an outrun synthwave album, and it's by someone I guarantee you've never heard of. Unless you are familiar with AWITW, A Walk in the Woods, who's a very prolific producer. Excuse me. So I just had a burp, sorry. So A Walk in the Woods collaborated with this guy called Micro Matt Scenes. I'm so sorry. And Micro Matt Scenes released on Future... No. He released on Time Slave. I'm like, what's that other My Pet Flamingo adjacent? Yeah, he released on Time Slave. But Micro Matt Scenes makes some of the most impassioned, genuinely heartfelt 80s influenced synth melodies that I've heard in a long time. So I want to confidently no, it's not. I want to wholeheartedly recommend Back to School by Micro Matt Scenes. The closest equivalent I could think of, if you guys are big synthwave heads, is Sunglasses Kid. I loved Sunglasses Kid. I think his album, Graduation, is like a rare 10 out of 10 outrun synthwave album. But anyways, Phaserland is great too. If you like Phaserland or Sunglasses Kid, you need to check out Micro Matt Scenes. This is my second album that I've bought by him, and he's just a master vocalist, and he writes very passionate melodies. That's all I got to say. Check out The Midnight and Micro Matt Scenes. We're going to turn it over to Lux, who's going to give us a couple recommendations. One last thing, though. I'm experimenting with the mix. If the music's coming in too hot, or I'm coming in too hot, or Roge is not loud enough, say something in the chat, please. Anyways, what have you been listening to lately, Lux?
All right. Well, first and foremost, hello, everybody. I guess this is me coming back from break. A quick side note. I totally bought this boba fruit tea earlier. I finished the fruit tea part, but I decided to put my seltzer in it since I still had boba, and the boba is floating around, and I feel like I'm having orbits. It is fabulous. Totally random tangent. So I will start with my recommendations. I don't know if you all saw, but Isaac linked to one of my more recent blog posts with a brief commercial break, and I had done this project since we were iced and snowed in, and I just listened to music for the duration of time that I was basically off.
Also,
work,
I was hogging the TV because I was playing Dragon Quest 11. It's okay.
That is very true. Yes. That is very true, yes. But I was also reading. I was reading Room to Dream by David Lynch, and I finished it. But anyway, I had that post, and I had a lot that I listened to a lot. But it was hard to pick two out of that list, but I'm going to make that happen. The first one I'm going to pick is by a homie that we don't really see around anymore. I feel bad for not listening to him earlier. He used to like a lot of my stuff on Twitter, but I have not seen him in like a long while. He goes by Windmill. I'm sure many of you have seen Windmill
I miss Windmill.
Around. Yeah, I finally listened to VHS Mosaic. It's been in my FooBar queue for like 2 years at this point, and I finally got to it while I was on my weird snowstorm vacation. That album is really fun. It's like basically original, like late night lo-fi adjacent. Kind of also reminds me of chill synth at time. It's an
Ooh.
interesting little. It's really interesting how he did this release. But there were a few songs I really loved. Like I heard Mall Walk and I immediately was like, okay, let's go. And I just kind of was doing some really weird, super white girl looking dancing the entire time I was hearing it. I want to say I really also liked Moonlit Bay. That one was really pretty. Infinity was super cool too. That one is a very fun album. I highly recommend you check it out. Beautiful artwork by Ming Curry. Shout out the homie.
Shout out Ming.
But yeah, yes, it came out in 2021, and I feel so bad for taking so long to check this out. But please check it out if you've not done so already. It is very lovely. My second is something that I was very pleasantly surprised by. I've been singing its praises for the last couple months now. It is Abort, Retry, Ignore by Stack Overflow.
All right.
Yes, it is a banger. I wish it were longer than just 6 tracks. It's very like Y2K. Well, I wouldn't even. It's like early 2000s because it's Windows XP sounds incorporated into it, and all of the tracks are really interesting. It's really quite. I have a soft spot for Windows XP, a significant soft spot for it. So, hearing that album just automatically took me back in time in a way that I was like, yeah. And admittedly, I've not really listened to a lot of Stack Overflow stuff, and I kind of feel bad for it. I really liked whenever Stack performed at Terminally Hot years ago.
It was an honor to meet them.
Yeah, I feel bad that I didn't really go up and say hi, but I did dance around. But that EP is incredible, and I am looking forward to hearing more from Stack. All right, I guess I will do my hot take.
Yeah, let's hear it.
All right. Admittedly, I was kind of nervous about doing this because I was like, I was
already
on a
got
break.
The flame gif up.
I didn't want to. I didn't want to deal with like negativity, and I was like, I don't want to sound negative, and hopefully I don't. But my take, I ended up kind of talking about this in a different server with a group of folks just before I took my break. And I'm not going to name names. I don't want them to feel called out because I'm not calling anybody out. But it was an artist that had just released an album a few days before and was already in one of the servers that I'm in, was like saying, oh, I'm in a block. I'm in a creative block. I can't work on new music. And I was just sitting here thinking, homie, you just released an album like 2 days ago. Enjoy like completing an album and seeing people be excited about it. But it ended up opening up this conversation that I found to be really interesting, but also heartbreaking about people that a lot of artists who feel the pressure to constantly release and do like put out an album and then immediately work on another album, put that out, etc. And it bummed me out for so many reasons. And I was seeing their perspectives. It was really interesting to see because it was like people that felt like, oh, I'm in a scene that's kind of oversaturated, and I feel like if I don't put out multiple releases, I'm going to be forgotten about, or like I feel like people's attention spans are much shorter. I mean, they are. TikTok and Vine have made everything, made attention spans quite shorter in my eyes. And I guess they feel like they're just going to be forgotten. Like people will just like hear it, be like, oh, cool, and then just forget all about them. I guess there's just a pressure there to release and put things out and be prolific, so that way they're constantly on somebody's radar. But I told them in that whenever I ended up chiming in, and I mean, I also get it because there's also like a high there, like an adrenaline rush, like a dopamine fix of like, oh, hey, I'm getting attention. I'm getting praise. This is really exciting. I want more of this. This is great. And I get that, but it's also like, to me, if you have a community that supports you, a group of homies that support you, they're not going to forget about you. If you put out something interesting that they like, they will keep an eye out on future releases of yours. They may even follow your Bandcamp and get notifications like, hey, this person released a new album.
I do it all the time.
Whether or not it's like 6 weeks, 6 days, 6 months from now, people will still support. And I guess I also fear that like there's going to be a burnout with it, because it's like they're constantly chasing this dopamine hit, or like this I must work, that it might like even suck the fun out of working on something. And also, I don't know, I kind of mentioned this too, but it's like if you have a lot of releases, like there's another homie that I follow that I support, but like within 3 or 4 weeks, he has released like 4 different things. And I'm just like, slow down. I still haven't listened to the first one. And I feel like that's kind of overwhelming to somebody. Like, where do I begin? That kind of it can get daunting. And I don't know if they see it in that way. But I don't know. My ultimate ramble, my point, just take your time on releasing things. You don't have to worry about people forgetting you, because if people like you and if you're a part of the community you're in, people are going to support you no matter what and no matter how long you take. I even think that it generates more hype if you take time between, like, giving yourself time to breathe and then working on something. I don't know. I also think back to a time where I was super prolific early on, and I am not the fondest of my first 3 little mixes, but I also am like, I know it helped me grow, but I just wish I could have edited. I wish I could have told myself back then, like, hey, people won't forget you. They like what you're hearing. You can take some time. You don't have to keep going and doing like 12 billion releases at once. But I don't know. That is my take. If people like you, they will listen to you. Don't rush releases.
No lies
please.
detected. Thank you.
Okay,
I thoroughly
thank you.
agree and have many thoughts, but don't want to spend a single second with Roge Corp's beautiful face not in the middle of this screen right now. Everyone, please say hello to the man of the hour, 2 hours technically, Roge Corp. Go ahead and unmute yourself, buddy.
No.
I feel like I just saw you.
What? No.
Yeah, 2 weeks ago. We interviewed Brother Tiger.
Oh, yeah, true. I thought you
That was super, such an awesome episode. What do you think about what Luxury Elite just said about people who don't let their releases breathe?
I agree. I mean, me personally, if you're releasing all the time, you're going to lose me. It's hard to keep track.
Mhm.
You know, I even see artists releasing every couple weeks or whatever, and it's like, I'm bored. I'm not going to pay attention. I'd say an album a year, at least in this scene, is or maybe 2 if it's a few months, but, all the time, like, let that shit breathe a little bit.
Definitely.
I have a technique of crate digging where I really kind of ruminate on albums for a long time. It takes me a long time to get caught up on people's discographies. There's a Hotel Pool song playing in the background. I still haven't heard all the Hotel Pool's albums because, like, I give them space to, like, percolate. Otherwise, they're all going to run together,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I can't do the whole spend $1 for this artist's entire discography because I will not listen to 8 straight hours of Van Gogh or Horizon or Late Arcane. It'll all start to run together. It's like watching 4 movies, one right after the other. I'm going to start thinking that it was all one big movie.
I'll do that. Whether I buy it or not, I'll tell myself, I'm like, yeah, I'm going to listen to this discography from start to finish, and never, like, I've been listening to a lot of Professor Creep Show lately.
Oh, nice.
Oh man, Professor Creep Show's hard.
But,
Yes, he does.
yeah, but it's like, I tell myself I'm going to listen to all his releases, and then after like 2 or 3, I'm like, let's switch it up. And
Yeah.
he dropped like quite a bit, and I think he has like 3 or 4 aliases or whatever. I love Professor Creep Show's music, but it's just when artists do that, it's just hard to keep up. my head gonna explode.
I
So
literally just put it in the chat. I want to respect each of an artist's releases by spacing them out. I have to smell the coffee beans in between scents so that I have a palate cleanser, you know. But anyways, what do you have in the way of recommendations for us, buddy? Since we've been kind of democratizing the Rex, what have you been listening to lately?
one of them is actually Professor Creepshow. I recently heard 32-Bit Breaks Volume 5.
Nice.
I only listen to it a few times in the background while I game. I don't have, I feel like, the lo-fi vapor breaks, vaporwave, B&B sort of. You'll like this.
Oh, dude, I love Professor
Good
Creepshow.
background.
It's a lot like
album
Mac
for-
Junt, or like some of that like vaporwave / funk.
Yeah.
Now,
Oh,
which
yeah, funk
volume is
too.
it? Is it volume?
He said
Okay,
number
you said
5.
volume 2. Number 5.
Volume
Oh,
He said
Mambo
5.
number 5. Okay.
32-bit breaks volume
Yeah.
5.
I think that's his
Mambo
last
number
release.
5. Okay.
So-
Found. Cool.
What else you got for us?
And
Thank you.
let's
Got
see.
it.
Thank you.
Second, I'd say at least I listened to this a couple times in the past month, but one of my favorite albums from last year, I'm gonna throw a wild curveball. There's this band called Bleed. The album is the self-titled album, debut album. It's like, grungy, alt rock,
Yeah.
sort of alt metal.
Yeah.
Incandescence in chat knows.
No way.
How would you
I was
describe
gonna say, is
them?
this
How
one of
would you
those
describe them?
like 2000s as hell, kind of like throwback
I
bands?
honestly
Yeah.
thought that was what it
Yeah.
was going to be.
I've noticed you've been posting
Like,
a lot of like
you know-
Avenged Sevenfold and shit on Instagram. It's kind of like adjacent to
Yeah.
that. Nice.
Sorta. I mean, it's like it's shit you'd like heavier shit you'd hear in like, I don't know, ATV off road or like MX or Need for Speed, like those 2000s PS2. It's that type shit.
Nice.
You're leaning into
Yeah.
the new metal 2000s Y2K
Well-
nostalgia.
Sorta. I mean, the thing is, I always liked a lot of that stuff. It's just that when I like got into the vaporwave scene like 3 years ago, I kind of like, didn't listen to a lot of that stuff as much, and as of the past few months, I've been like finding the love for it again, and all the stuff I used to listen to before getting real heavy into the scene, I guess. I mean, I've been listening to vaporwave for like 10 years, but not as nearly as much as when I joined the scene, like 2022, 23, I think. So,
Hell
but yeah, if you like
gotcha.
2000s rock type shit that you'd hear in a PS2 game, check out the band Bleed. I don't think it's on Bandcamp. You might have to.
It is.
Lux
I
found
linked
it.
it
Oh,
in
it
the
is.
chat.
Okay. Oh yeah, cause I went to their
A
Bandcamp
label
earlier.
called
and-
$20 spin.
Okay, that's why I couldn't find it. I'm fucking stupid.
No,
Forgot
you're
labels exist.
You heard it on Hot
But,
I
Takes.
had to
yeah.
Google it. You're fine.
But yeah, those are my recs. If
Hell yeah.
you don't check them out, I'm gonna ban you from the Hot Take server.
Or dox you. I mean,
Or he's going to
dox you.
do things that he
could
can't really
happen. You
say
could
because of
swat your
TOS.
family,
Yeah, true.
Let's get to know you a little bit, buddy. We don't get to bring a lot of like scene builders and like organizers and community like show throwers on the show. It's usually artists and visualists. And you are a visualist, actually. You've started doing that recently, and we'll talk about that a little bit later. But what is your first, I love to ask this question, what is your first memory of something musical that moved you or resonated with you enough to where you were like, okay, music is going to be a thing that I'm going to be interested in?
The first thing that I remember, I mean, I've been listening always like music since as long as I can remember. But the first real incident that really resonated with me is like, I was going through my mom's CD collection.
Nice.
It's like, God, we just moved into my childhood house like 2001, 2002, and I had a I don't remember where the radio was, if it was in the living room or if I took it into my room, but I just remember going through my mom's CD collection, picking a random one. It was like Peter Gabriel
Oh, wow.
greatest hits, whatever. Let me.
Nice.
I think I'm looking it up real quick.
Out of
It was-
curiosity. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. I don't want to interrupt.
Shaking the Tree, Peter Gabriel greatest hits or 16 golden great compilation. According to Spotify, it came out in the year 1900. I think that's slightly inaccurate.
Yeah, that tracks.
But yeah, the first song on it is Salisbury Hill. I don't know what it was about that song, but yeah, that really clicked. Where I wanted to dig more into my mom's collection, listen to more, kind of like figure out what I like. But yeah, definitely Peter Gabriel, Salisbury Hill is the song that got me liking music.
Got you. Out of curiosity, that my little question I wanted to ask: how many CDs did she have in her collection? I'm quite curious.
That's a great question.
It wasn't a lot. It was like, I don't know, maybe 30-ish, 30, 40.
Got you.
It was
I'm-
just like a little basket with a few.
I love that.
Was your
I
mom
only
one of those
asked
people that's like
because-
really good at like keeping them organized? Like, did she take the booklet out and put it behind the disc, or were the like jewel cases all cracked and maybe the booklet was
Jewel
missing?
cases.
Somebody wrote on
I
a
mean,
CD with a
sorta.
permanent marker.
I mean, organized. I mean, she would always buy them new, like organized as far as like neatly placed in a stack in a basket, just not in ABC order.
Yeah. Yeah, my dad was the same way. My dad had hundreds of CDs. That's
Yeah.
what he spent a lot of his money on, were CDs. And if anything, like even a scratch on any of his CDs, he would get pissed. I accidentally scratched up his Make Yourself CD, and he was fucking livid with me. He was like, "You scratched up my Incubus CD." And I was like, "I didn't do." But yeah, he was mad about that. But like, he never organized his in order either. And I think unfortunately they're now sitting in boxes somewhere in the house. I think they no longer have them out like they used to, which makes me
yeah.
kind of sad. But
Yeah,
no,
I
I just
used-
wanted to know.
I used to do that, except with the Xbox games
Oh,
I
well.
love that.
or
Well,
PS2.
those at least
but-
cost a lot of money. Like, I'll never forget how devastating it was when a CD would get stuck in the damn car CD player, and I'd have to get it out with tweezers, and then, well, fuck that CD. Now it's all scratched. Or, like, I'd leave a CD on the top of the roof of my car. Why? I don't know. And drive off, and it's gone, and I was just devastated.
Wait,
They
you
cost
did
like
that?
$16. Like, yes, I did. I left a Silver Mount Zion's debut album
Oh, man.
on the top of my car, and I was devastated. But like, Xbox games probably cost $50 or $60. A CD is like $15. Bruh.
Well, if it makes you
Yeah.
feel better, somebody probably picked it up, got curious, and heard it. Whether or not they liked it, I don't know. But maybe you
It's
exposed
possible.
somebody to, in a beautiful way, to an album that they may have liked. Think of it that way.
Yeah, I like that. Do you want to ask Roge another question, since that was kind of like a follow-up question on what I asked?
I mean, I guess I thought I asked about the CDs, but I
You
will
did.
try to think of a follow-up. So, how did your music journey progress from there? Yeah, I know that you had mentioned a little bit that you were already kind of getting into the like 2000s kind of post. I guess post grunge. I don't know what to call it. I just call it things I heard on Fuse. But did you like really gravitate towards that at first, or were you kind of like wanting to find more things very Peter Gabriel-esque?
Yeah, a little both, I guess. It definitely, like, at the time, my dad listened to a lot of like classic rock stuff, and then my mom listened to a lot of like radio shit, like One Republic, Rob Thomas. So like kind of between those fields, kind of colliding, and then also a bit on my, a few years later on my own on the family computer whenever we got iTunes, kind of randomly digging on there, just listening to song previews, and Also music choice too. Found a lot on music choice as well, especially like the rock, and a lot of the classic rock though is definitely my dad's responsibility for sure.
Yeah.
And even like Metallica, he showed me. It was like Fueled by Metallica. He showed me, and Led Zeppelin, and The Who, and kind of random stuff. And whereas my mom is like, she liked One Republic. She liked, I mean, at the time I liked One Republic.
That's cute.
She actually had a Finger 11 CD. What was that? I think it was the. I'm looking up again. Yeah, the self-titled Finger 11 album. I think it was their
Oh,
first.
the Paralyzed song?
There was a
Was that
third
them?
album. Yeah, they did the
Okay.
Paralyzed song, but it was their third self-titled. They had some radio friendly, but some sort of heavier
Yeah.
for that
sounds about
genre.
right.
You know, kind of sort of comparable to stuff you'd hear at the ATV Need for Speed games, I guess.
Trapped core.
Yeah, but yeah, it's just
Core.
a combination of all these random influences or where I'd hear it from, kind of shaped up. Eventually got my own
Hell
iTunes
yeah.
account, and got monitored. Couldn't buy explicit songs at the time, but eventually would discover more. And then like when I got into middle school, it was like recommendations from friends, like Green Day. Middle school, I would see everybody wearing a Slipknot shirt. I wanted to be cool and like Slipknot too, so I looked them up. Little
Wow.
things like that.
Nice.
Wholesome. Did you were you, so you said iTunes, so I guess it was past the time where people were using WinMX and LimeWire. Were you not a WinMX or LimeWire, or, well, of course Kazaa was dead,
No.
but you didn't pirate, you didn't experience that. Well, good on you.
No,
You did not install viruses onto your parents' computer. Good on you.
Yeah, no, not in that way at least. But yeah, no, I kept it legal for the music. They didn't even let me use like YouTube either for a while.
Really?
Yeah.
Wild.
Why? What did they say? Was it like too, like, were they afraid of what you'd stumble upon?
Yeah, pretty much.
Man, that's crazy.
was-
I mainly
yeah.
used that for finding full episodes of Beavis and Butthead. It was good in that way once upon a time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's crazy.
I was a bit late to being allowed on YouTube, I think.
Hey man, I
I
mean,
don't
you know
know.
how
I mean,
if you've ever sat and talked to me for more than 30 minutes, I was raised in an incredibly restrictive household, so I get it, bro. Of course, I'm also a bit older than you, so by the time YouTube was like
Yeah.
a thing, I was already
Unk.
out of the house. Unk status, yeah, yeah. Like you're an iPod Touch kid. We were iPod kids. I was actually an iPod
Nano.
Nice.
Man, my mom still has her iPod Nano. A couple weeks ago, actually, she pulled it out.
Oh, that's too
She's
funny.
like, I think
Ooh.
I can sell this and get money for it. I'm like, maybe.
I
Yeah,
mean,
if you sell it to the right
honestly,
people,
at this
sure.
point, I mean, if she knows what condition it is in, people are looking for older classic well, not really. I don't know if I would call that one classic, but people are looking for those. And I think I
Yeah.
heard that nanos are pretty like easily customizable in comparison to the classics. I want to say I heard. I might be wrong in that. Don't kill me. I thought I heard it from Dank Pods, but yeah. Why don't you adopt it? You should adopt it.
I should. I mean, I don't know. Maybe before I go home, I might ask. Hey,
Right.
can I have that? But I don't know. It'd be cool to have, but at the same time, at this day and age, like it would just sit there.
I feel
I'm
that.
trying to be better at not having stuff just to have it.
Oh, good on you, man.
So
That's
fair.
good.
That's
Especially
fair.
if
Yeah.
you move a lot, you start to feel all of that stuff you got to lug around.
yeah, that's why I ended up selling my record collection a while ago and having it all that
Yeah.
just to have it, and kind of gave up on physical music
Well,
collecting.
thanks for the donation, Neon Pines Mall.
Aw.
I'm really glad to hear
Well-
that, man, because that was kind of sad to watch. But the fact is, that's what you wanted to do.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I mean, vinyl is cool. It looks cool, but you know, it got to a point where it became more of an accumulation than a collection. It's just that I know, you know, in the digital age, it's just so much more convenient. I would never take a vinyl out and just put it on and play it. As much as I wanted to hear how cool it sounded in my head, never did for some reason.
Guilty
That's
as well,
fair.
man. So I want to know, if you don't mind,
Oh, I'm sorry.
when did
Go
you?
ahead.
Yeah, I'm sorry to cut you off. When did you start getting into more like experimental music? Like, when did you start listening to stuff that you can't find on the radio? You can't go into, you know, a record store and find most record stores. Like, what was that transition? What was the gateway drug to that? And was it vaporwave, or was it like something else that brought you there? You know what I mean?
So I guess my journey was like once like late middle school is when I was starting to get. I mean, I listened to a lot of rock and you know metal, and you know late middle school is when I got like into the Warped
Late
Tour
middle
shit.
school, nice.
All throughout like high school, listening to Warped Tour, you know, metalcore ass shit, type shit.
What was your
And
favorite?
then, because Burns Red was like my favorite band in high school.
Got you.
The story so far, pop punk band. And I still love stuff like Slipknot and Linkin Park, and you know a lot of that screamo metalcore shit. You know, went to Avenged Sevenfold, of course, too. But yeah, I mean, throughout that, I listened to a little like, you know, a little bit of EDM. I didn't get into the more experimental shit. It's like until later high school, I guess, when I was shown retro wave, outrun synthwave a bit.
Oh, okay. You had a little outrun synthwave.
You know, yeah, sort of, and you know, Tycho, and I don't remember like too much like names and shit, but yeah, it was like 2015 I graduated. I was shown that, and then eventually late 2015, early 2016 is when I was shown vaporwave.
Nice.
Like, you know,
That's
you know, the
that's pretty reasonable
Esprit.
gateway drug. Like you already into like retro influenced music. It makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Also through high school too. It's like some of the indie shit, like Mac DeMarco Dive. Like
Lo-fi stuff.
I've heard Mac DeMarco. Yeah. It's like I've been listening to Mac DeMarco like years before he blew up. Same thing with like you know Beach Fossils and Beach House.
Nice.
Like when Mac DeMarco released Salad Days before he got big, and he was playing small rooms. But yeah, after high school is when, you know, I guess the retrowave synthwave. It was my buddy, my friend Nick, that showed me vaporwave, because he actually introduced me, because he was a music nerd, and showed me like the Beach Fossils and all that lo-fi.
You gotta have a
hipster
friend like
shit.
Mike.
Yeah, and yeah, he showed me vaporwave. He showed me, you know, Esprit at first, and 2814, and this one artist called Luxury Elite.
Oh,
Shout out.
that's nifty.
That, and you know, from there, I started, you know, diving in. You know, like Cyber Reality was one name I can think of.
Hell yeah, Carlos.
Yeah, MGI, Mesna Group International. Is that what it's called?
Yeah,
Mensa Group?
Mensa
Wow.
Group
It's a deep
International.
cut.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck, what's another? I knew I'd be talking about this, and I was trying to think of the deep cuts, and now I'm blinking. Telepath, of course. The
Nice.
Telepath Mesh album.
Very nice. I have that on cassette. I won that in a contest.
Oh,
Finger
hell yeah.
cassette.
Yeah, I had that at one point. I think I sold it to someone who would have appreciated it more than me, but Amaga Swag I sold it to.
Oh, nice. Cool
Hey.
dude.
But yeah. Yeah, shout out Amaga Swag. But yeah, through that, and you know, that period, it's like 2015 and 2018. 2015 graduated. My friend Nick, I didn't really talk to too much between that 3-4 year period. You know, listening to a little vaporwave. I still mained a lot of the Warped Tour shit, and
That's kind of cool.
pa-
You were
Yeah.
kind of like into that still while you were going in a more electronic kind of experimental direction. I was
Yeah.
I was hoping you would talk a little bit about your love of post rock and shoegaze.
Post rock. Yeah.
When was that era? Was that kind
second
of
half
happening
high school?
simultaneously?
It was. So post rock. It wasn't like as frequent as the other stuff, but I knew about like. It was Caspian. I knew. This one other act called Australia. It's Australia without the U. Not sure if you're familiar. It was like random YouTube finds when like full albums are getting uploaded to YouTube. And 65 Days of Static. I remember.
Oh yeah,
they
shout
did
out
the
65 Days
soundtrack.
of Static.
Yeah, because they did the soundtrack for No Man's Sky,
Really?
and they were doing. Yeah,
I did not know that.
They did some showcase on one of those E3 or game. What was the PlayStation one? I don't know.
I did not know that. That's wild.
Where it's like they were playing live, and I'm like, what is this? It's kind of blowing my mind a bit, and that's kind of like what got me to check them out. Russian circles. As far as shoegaze, that was slightly later. Back in 2018, I like linked up again with my friend Nick, kind of catching up and kind of reintroduced it back into my life, I guess. That where he showed me shoegaze. This was like around the time I was starting to kind of get a bit over the Warped Tour stuff, and yeah, he introduced me. He actually introduced me to surfing, like one of our first like hangouts.
Oh, too
again.
cool. That kind of makes sense. A lot of shoegaze is kind of psychedelic adjacent, and surfing, I feel like is one of the more like psychedelia infused vaporwave acts.
Yeah.
Ooh, surfing.
Yeah, he showed me.
Shout out Nick,
me
man.
Moonlight. Yeah, he showed me Moonlight by surfing, and like I even connected to vaporwave. But a great introduction, and that and the shoegaze. He showed me like Duster then. I'm trying to think of other acts he showed me. I don't remember, but yeah, just kind of that field of music. Shoegaze, My Bloody Valentine, Slow Dive. Nice. I was getting into then. Yeah, and from there, just diving into stuff on my own.
The reason I asked about all that.
Spotify or YouTube.
Sorry to interrupt you, buddy. I had kind of a similar journey, just way earlier, where shoegaze was kind of the last bastion of guitar-oriented music that I was really fucking with before I transitioned wholly into like chill wave, synth wave, vaporwave, and all that early 2010s just independent electronic music. So I thought it was really cool when it came out that you also had kind of been into taiko and post rock and just stuff like that. And the difference is I did it like 5 or 6 years earlier, but I feel like our paths have been kind of similar. So that was kind of cool.
Definitely.
So, all right. Oh, sorry. What were you going to say?
No.
Here?
I've completed that thought. I've geeked out enough about that.
Well, it was adorable and it was fine. No judgment from me. So continuing on, how did you start meeting homies? When did that get incorporated into your life?
Love that question.
Because you said that you were. I know that you were quiet for a little bit. You were in your quiet Roge era. When did you start being loud Roge era? If I may.
Oh,
ask?
as far as like entering the scene.
Yeah, like how did you meet Vincent, for example? How did you start meeting the homies?
Yeah, so I guess like 2018 through like beginning of middle COVID, my Instagram was pretty big as far as like I used to post records, vinyl, met a few people on there. It was like early COVID. I met like Carl from Runners Club.
Aw,
Nice.
shout out
Leroy.
to homie.
Yeah.
Shout out Leroy.
Surfing.
Such a cool guy.
Met Castro. Incandescence I met right before the pandemic. Shout out.
Oh wow, been friends with
Shout out
Incandescent for a
that
minute.
loser in the chat, Incandescent. I met him in
Shout out Incandescent.
2019.
Is that loser your oldest vaporwave friend? Well, I guess you could technically consider
He
Nick
is.
to be your oldest vaporwave. Oh, that's adorable. I love that.
Yeah.
Wow, I had no idea.
my
That's sick as
oldest-
hell.
Yeah, my oldest music friend. I mean, technically Nick too, but he doesn't really care for vaporwave or to be a part of the scene. He's kind of does his own thing.
Just kind of wants
but,
to just listen to it, huh?
yeah, sort of. I don't even think he listens to it that much anymore, to be honest. But
That's fair.
you know, but yeah, all that. Then pandemic settled down a bit. Econ happened. Econ 3. I
at a time.
I didn't know anybody there. I mean, Carl was there, met him. Some of my IRL friends were there, like, my friend showed me Vaporwave, a few people from that group.
That's cool.
Yeah,
That's really
I think
sick.
some of them enjoyed it. One of my friends ended up leaving early because he took shrooms and he has like a medical
Oh.
condition. And he was
Oh,
like, yeah, I
no.
just don't want to
And
be
it was hot
here.
as fuck on top of it.
Yeah, yikes.
Yeah, like he took a
Ugh.
train in that morning from New Haven. Got to because he was gonna stay in my Airbnb. We were at Knockdown Center. I think it was like 6 p.m. He's like, "Yeah, I'm just gonna go home." Just goes to the Airbnb.
Is that the Airbnb
gets-
that you almost set on fire?
No, different one. I
Different one,
stayed by
gotcha.
myself this year, but yeah. But yeah, from there.
Sorry.
I'll get into that in a bit. But yeah,
Fair enough.
I'm surprised you didn't know that story.
Yeah.
I somehow missed it. I was like, oh, what?
You got to talk about it now.
Okay.
People in chat are asking.
Yeah,
will-
later on. Yep.
Okay, so the set in the Airbnb, it was Econ 4. It was like me, Van Gogh, a hero, Al, Saturn Fu, Van Gogh's girlfriend, and
What a sick
was like
blunt
after the-
rotation, bro.
yeah, for real. And yeah, it was after the tape swap. Instead of going to the whatever meetup they had after, we kind of decided we had a long weekend, and we just kind of kept it low key at the Airbnb. Watched the movie, made my mac and cheese, and
Hell yeah.
I was making it. I preheat the oven. I didn't realize whatever fucking meatball left a piece of like plastic in the oven. It was like a plastic cheap dollar store cutting board if I were to guess what it was. But it's like
Oh,
I started
shit.
preheating the oven. It's like starting to smell like plastic. The oven's starting to smoke. Like the hero walks in the room, he's like, "What is that?" I'm like, "Oh, it's just the oven. It's probably nothing." And then we open it.
It's
where
probably
a bunch
nothing.
of smoke comes out, and you just see this plastic fucking melted to the bottom. We had to
Oh
like,
my god.
yeah, we had a little deck.
Bro,
that
did you
we
guys
ended
get
up having,
penalized?
but- No, not that I know of.
Lucky. That's
Surprising.
really
Yeah.
lucky.
Well, the thing
Holy
with
shit.
Airbnbs is I don't always leave reviews because I think if you don't leave a review, then they don't. Then if they leave you a review, it won't be visible. Because like I was afraid for this one, and then I2K last year, it's like I threw up in the Airbnb and it smelled like it was a wooden. I don't want to get into detail, but left a scent, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not leaving a review because if they write something bad about me, and it'll show on my profile, and so. But yeah, yeah.
I can't blame you. You have had some
Yeah.
very interesting Airbnb experiences. So you
yeah.
had friend that left Airbnb early. Or not Airbnb, he left the venue early and then went home. And I guess he must have left after, or did he just pass out at the Airbnb?
I went and grabbed his shit and left. He took a train back to New
Dang.
Haven.
Poor guy.
'Cause at the time, like his girlfriend was living in New Haven at the time, and he was just staying with her. So he's like, "Yeah, just go back up there." So
Poor dude.
he,
That
he
sucks.
yeah.
He had his
I
fill.
mean, to be honest, he was there for George mainly, and didn't really know many other people playing. He
Did
was
he
just
get to
kinda
stay
going
for
there just to
George?
go to a show. No,
No,
this
he
was
left
like at
before
6
George
PM
came.
he left,
Sad.
Rip.
but
Is what it is.
yeah.
To follow up Lux's question, you have a natural skill.
Oh,
Well,
wait.
maybe it's.
Oh, wait, I don't think I finished answering it.
Did you
The
not?
last question.
Ooh,
Oh, well,
I didn't
apologize.
think he did, but
Well,
I didn't
hey,
want
That's
to
all good.
cut him
So
off.
we got
I'm the
we
asshole
got
over here. My
distracted.
bad, y'all. She asked.
It's all good.
She asked how you met everybody.
Yeah, because we got distracted because the Airbnb story.
And that's my
You had
fault,
to tell.
actually. I'm the one that brought up the Airbnb story. Please
Nah,
go
you're all
ahead,
good.
sir.
It was bound to get talked about. But yeah, no, from there, like at Econ 3, I felt like, yeah, that's kind of my crowd to an extent. And, I kind of, started checking out some of the smaller artists, kind of, following people. And, I started becoming active in George Clan's Discord. And, at that time, and it, yeah, that was around the time I met Vincent too. I didn't know him at Econ 3. And, obviously he was memorable because of the mask and shit. And, yeah, after Econ 3, I was just, kind of stalking, Instagram profiles for like, just looking at Econ photos and shit. And, I kept seeing his face a lot, and something intrigued me to just check out his music, and I really liked it. And I just kind of reached out and say, hey, fuck with this, blah, 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 blah. And, he grateful, and just kind of small talk here and there until like one night a few months later, just I was mad drunk and fucking forgot if I responded to a story, and just ended up turning into a convo for like 2 or 3 hours. And that's how I met Vincent and how that became to be. And also like Discord was where I mainly met a lot of people. It's George Clanton, joined the VaporVA Zero Discord, eventually led to, FM Skylines and hotel pools and hot takes, and eventually made my own. And just kind of, kind of just built from there, I guess.
Hell yeah.
Adorable. I love that.
If it's all right for me to probe a little further, I feel like you have a natural skill to not network, because it's deeper than that. You're not talking to people just to make contacts or collect friends. I feel like you have a natural way of just drawing people to you and being comfortable with people and making them comfortable around you. And a lot of people, not just in the vaporwave scene, a lot of people in general, neurodivergent and neurotypical alike, sometimes struggle with like breaking into a friend group. Though the vaporwave scene is, I feel like, very, very inviting, and there's room at the table for everyone. I guess my question is, how have you seen so much success making friends and bringing people together? What is some advice that you might have for maybe some people that are a little bit shy or a little nervous, or maybe on the autism spectrum, or just whatever, that maybe might need some help making friends or getting involved?
Good question. I don't even know how I did it.
I feel like if there's anyone that could advise any of us, it would be you.
Yeah, I mean, trying to think how I pretty much. I mean, me personally, I was just butting in the convos, just hearing stuff I like, reaching out, just saying, hey, this is cool, and, just kind of being a bit more human about it instead of, like, riding someone's dick, I guess. Just kind of, because, all the artists you love in the scene, they're all normal people, too.
Yes.
So
Thank you.
You just gotta treat them normally, and, don't, if you're gonna be compliment and hype them up, at least, don't go too far with it, I guess, but yeah, I mean, as far as, just hopping in Discord, just butting in the convos a little bit, I guess just making your presence known, and even if it starts with some small talk, that's how it started with me in a lot of the Discord spaces, just small talk here and there.
Yeah.
And, I mean, there's so many Discord servers, so I guess just kind of finding your space and, just, come here, just, be chill, be cool, obviously don't just come in here just just only promo and not get to know your community. That's big. I think that was my hot take from the last episode. But
It was, yeah.
Yes, it was.
yeah,
I,
just come in and be cool.
I mentioned in I can't remember what server. I think it was Utopia District, or maybe it was Hotel Pool server. There was somebody, some really like delightful user who is probably like half of my age, and they were like kind of just bemoaning like, gosh, I have it on the tip of my tongue who it was and who they. Oh, it was a conversation I was talking about, just like reaching out to people. I think it was Utopia District. I had mentioned that I'd reached out to Bodyline about doing an episode, but that they weren't comfortable with it because their main language is Italian. They speak English, but they just didn't want to speak another language for 2 hours. So they politely declined to come on the show. And they were just like, oh, wow, I would never be comfortable enough to ask an artist that I love like that. And I was just like, what has always worked really well for me, and believe me, I've had so many awkward interactions with artists and fans. Many. It's like at this point I'm just like, well, that's it just happens. There's always going to be an awkward interaction. But one thing that has worked is finding something that both of you guys enjoy. That's low-key kind of why I made this show, bro, because like if I can bring an artist on here and we can geek out about music that we both like, the pressure's off. We're just talking about like food that we both enjoy, or like a TV show that we've both really like found to be influential. Like we're just geeking out about shit. Like it's not awkward anymore. You know what I mean? We're just sharing taste and be like, oh, so if you like that, do you like this? You should check out that. You know what I mean? Like, that I feel like makes it really easy to be human.
That, or even, I don't know, food, for example, or just or video games, just any bullshit like that, or,
I'll never forget when I was at, I'm drinking a shitty lager called Narragansett. Don't drink it.
Oh.
Although I think it's union made, so actually, if it's union, drink it. But anyways, I literally talked about this in the last episode. Never mind. I'm not going to say it again. But yeah. Find out what you guys can find out what shared taste you guys have, and run with that.
Definitely.
I was just sorry. I got distracted by thinking about how you're drinking piss beer.
Yeah, I'm drinking the worst.
I don't know. I'm a hater. I'm not a beer person.
I love it, though.
I'm a liquor lady.
Narragansett.
I know I have no right to talk.
Official beer of the clan.
Isaac, you gotta try some more IPAs.
I don't think so.
Or do you like Blue Moon at least?
Blue Moon is made by Molson, and they decided to cull DEI, so I don't drink Blue Moon.
Oh, don't tell me anything like
Sorry.
that.
Yeah, top 5 SHIRO moments. Spotted Cow, shout out. I think Mackie got me a 6-pack of Spotted Cow when I went up to Madison. It was good.
Oh, new Incandescent Alex. What's that brand? New Glarus? He's in Wisconsin. Sorry to dox you a little bit, but
Neon Pine said Spotted Cow, but yeah, if Incandescent has, he said yeah.
Yeah. New Glarus. I think I tried Spotted Cow.
New Glarus. New Glarus. Okay. Shout out. All right, I'll shut up about beer.
Edger said IPAs are weird. Edger. Let me ban him.
You're on the right side of history, Edger.
It's okay. I'm a bit of an. Well, I'm just a beer hater. In
IPAs
general.
are fine. I just like to guzzle beer, and you can't guzzle IPAs. They're too strong.
Oh man, I can chug IPAs. I mean, I don't want to sound like an alcoholic. I don't chug IPAs, but if I could,
it just bloats me up, bro.
Well, I don't know. The only one I like was the one that I tried that had like a peanut buttery kind of.
Oh yeah,
to
peanut butter
it
stout.
Was called a stout or whatever.
Yeah. Stouts are cool. You just can't really chug those either.
I mean, I used to have White Russians all the time. I'm used to it. It's fine. It's like White Russians all over again.
Like kind of one at a time, and think one time when I was like 21, I tried getting drunk off stouts and it just wasn't happening.
Have you ever had a Belgian triple? It's
Yeah.
like 12 for
Yeah.
15%. Boy.
Yeah, I've had a couple of those in my time. Those
I've
are
never
good
heard
though.
of that.
It's just a really strong beer, that's all.
Ah, got you. I think beers also have been ruined for me because I lived in a house once upon a time with 9 other people, and we constantly were playing beer pong in an attic with dead bats everywhere. Dead bats.
Damn.
We don't even know how they got in there. They were everywhere. But I think I experienced the worst of beers because of those experiences. Bud Light Lime was okay though, but
Bud
I
Lime's
feel like I
okay.
don't.
Bud
It
Light,
is
Bud Light.
okay.
Yeah, Bud Light Lime's not terrible.
That
Bud
one
Light.
I tolerated, but everything else just made me really sick. But I was not bad at beer pong. I will say I was quite proud of myself. Anyway, getting back to the interview. Sorry for my tangents. All right, so let's talk about how did you all decide to do VaporVA, if I may ask? What brought you to saying, hey, let's try to do some shows?
Yeah, so it was New Year's 23 and 24. I was still living in Connecticut. Made plans to go, go to Virginia to visit Vincent, hang out with him, and he brought up the idea of doing a small show, and this is like a month in advance, and he brought up the idea of doing a small show. That idea sort of fell through. It was getting closer, weren't getting anything locked in it was like right before New Year's. I think he wanted to do it for, but fell through, didn't happen. I was just like to him, or he was like to me, or we were like to what? The idea was thrown out there between the two of us, where it's like, why don't we just wait and do something bigger?
Nice.
And we created VaporVA, came up with I2K. So I2K1, we started talking with the venue like right after Thanksgiving that year, and so it was around
Sick.
Thanksgiving when we decided, we were gonna do something bigger, and we kind of created the VaporVA collective just for, a collective to put it under and promote under, rather than our 2 individual profiles, kind of like what Midwest Aesthetic is, or Nostalgia Lounge, I guess. But so yeah, we came up with that. I always wanted to do something like that, and so did Vincent. And yeah, we just decided Richmond for I2K because DC is kind of a pain in the ass to get venues, and also it's like Richmond, there's more vaporwave acts, like Whitewoods, FM Skylines there, and it's a more like music driven city, I guess, for like what we're into. DC
Richmond is cool.
More like DC is more like clubs and punk, and to my knowledge, I could be wrong, but Richmond has a bit more of an underground scene that would be a bit more related to vaporwave, I guess. And yeah, kind of put that together, and Roge Fest, the first Roge Fest VaporVA wasn't born yet, so after that we just kind of put it under VaporVA. But yeah, we just kind of wanted to do bigger shows and smaller shows, just pretty much getting I2K1's definitely more getting our friends together, and a couple local Richmond and whatnot. And yeah, I guess that's how that was born, just from the idea of a small show falling through and doing something bigger and taking our time instead.
Boy, was it badass, too.
It paid off. It was really fun. I had a blast.
It was so terrific. I'm still mad I missed I3K.
Same.
Yeah.
I2K too.
Yeah, last year was cool. Last year was cool. Has some behind the scenes shit that wasn't great, but overall everybody performing and seeing all the friends, it was cool.
Just memory making, man.
It was definitely a little more rushed, I2K too, but yeah, overall ended up being fun.
Hell yeah.
Despite all
I
the,
mean, just
Keep
think
'em
of it.
coming.
I mean, those are just they were just like lessons learned for the future. Just think of it that way. Like, things that may not have worked the first time or the second time, you'll be able to finesse for possibly number 3 if it happens, or whatever.
I mean, look at it this way. At
Yeah,
least you guys
100%.
have the gumption to do it. I could be throwing shows, but I'm too chicken shit to, to do it. At some point, I'm gonna do
I don't
it.
even know where
but,
to
like,
start.
I mean, it actually doesn't seem like it would be super hard for a small show, but I mean, I'm just always worried no one's gonna show up, So
Yeah, it's definitely got to promo it, and you got to have a venue that's easy to work with.
Yep.
Promo's big. Like we did a small show. It was the day before Roge Fest. We did a small show in Winchester. That's
The free one, right?
Vincent. Yeah, the free one. Frez and Whitewood. It was like they set it up outside. And, that was like such an easy show. It's like I lived right next to it. They're so easy to work with, free to put, no venue charges.
Venue was amenable. Everyone showed up.
You going in, yeah, you going into this and being like to everyone, at least the performers you invite, just be like, hey, just so it's a free show, so it's like free all around, doing this for fun rather than getting paid.
Yeah.
So it's not like they do the show and there's like, oh, money, and you're like, oh, free show, no money. But it's just everyone working together and just kind of wants to do it, just do it. And yeah, my only expense with that show was just printing out $20 worth of flyers to hang around.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah, people got like, I don't know, 30, 40 people that showed up.
That's great.
Which is really cool. Just outside.
That's really great.
It was fun. It's easy, free beer all night from the brewery. It's get as
Hell
drunk
yeah.
as you want, and I don't have to. I live right there. So.
Walk home.
But yeah, literally. It was fun. A lot of the smaller shows are definitely easier, just depending on how easy the venue is to deal with.
Love that, man.
So. And
well, listen, man.
Of course.
It seems like you are an expert in that field, and as tempted as I am to ask you to like probe and have you give us some best practices, I feel like I got to turn the heat up a little bit, man. We got to get some hot ones tonight. So I'm gonna start shooting from the hip, man. We got to get some hot ones. What is the worst music genre?
Country.
Okay.
Country.
Why?
It's trash.
Well, a lot of the country is still produce clean, polished shit. A lot of it's just throwing in trap, free beat, mixing it with trap or pop, and fucking garbage.
I hear you. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone's gonna disagree. I want to hear like the reason. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Also, noise.
It feels like it's
too.
pop music that's made in bad faith.
Yeah, pretty much. Just also noise music can't stand. Obviously,
He said
a lot
he
of
can't stand
Christian
noise music.
gospel shit.
I feel like it translates better in a live setting because it's interesting to see how they do
Yeah,
it. But
noise
it is
live
hard
is
for
actually
me.
a lot of fun.
Yeah, I love a good noise show, but an album, there are some that I've tried that I either really like or I can't do it. It's just not fully my thing. But yeah, I get it.
Yeah, I guess it's just it doesn't make sense to me. It's just not for me. I guess the
Totally
best way I
fair.
could put it.
Yeah,
And yeah, obviously gospel.
yeah, pretty cringe.
Bad. A lot of I won't make whole think about it either, but a good handful of Christmas. Retail Christmas stuff. Some of it's cool, but a lot of it I can't stand.
I am a hater of retail Christmas music. Don't worry, no
Yeah.
judgment.
Like, give me the Kenny G Christmas album.
Yeah.
Right, or like the Alexander O'Neal
homie.
Christmas album.
Yeah. Trying to think, what else do I hate? I don't know. There's a couple vaporwave subgenres I don't care for. I'll keep that to myself though. But
I don't know. I kind of want to hear them. I mean, it's okay to say. I was telling. Listen, I'll do it first. I was telling Lux the other night. I don't really get or enjoy Mallsoft very much. No
Okay,
shade
fine,
to
I'll-
Mallsoft fans. I don't want to listen to a song that's got an echo effect thrown on it. That like, yeah, it's immersive. You feel like you're in the mall, but like why? That's my hot take, I
feel
guess.
it.
Yeah, it's just
Fine.
subjective. It's not bad music. It's just not for me.
Yeah, oh yeah, I'll say it. I don't really like signal wave.
Yeah, I mean,
It's
that's
not
fair.
for me either. I mean,
That's
I
fair.
respect
Yeah.
it, but
I mean,
like,
some of it's
Yeah.
cool. Like JPEG Stripes does some cool shit with it. International Telecom, but
Yeah. Yeah.
you
There
know,
are
a
some
lot.
good ones, but yeah, there's unfortunately I've had to there's some that I've had to skip after 3 tracks. I was like, I don't think this is gonna be for me, sadly.
Yeah, it's all just real broken. You know,
I think
Japanese
like my thing is like, does it
transitions
have
and-
replayability?
Yeah.
Like, granted, is it
Some do.
cool to like listen to the first time? Absolutely, and like immersive and just like wow, like what a strange hodgepodge, you know, audio collage. But like, are you gonna bump that shit again? You know what I mean? That, I don't know, just a thought.
For some,
Yeah.
Maybe you will. Maybe you are. If you are, that's great. You know, I hope you do.
I just think it's in
Yeah.
how it's sampled. At least for me, it's in how it's sampled.
Yeah,
If it's just
Yeah.
straight up a commercial block that is kind of edited, not for me. But I do
Yeah,
like things like I've heard certain Kraftwerk releases that I like. I like Tele Plus One. I've liked their work. I've liked International Telecom, like you said. They've had some really good albums, and I do like. I think I like Signal Wave that is melodic more than just commercials. It's how they do it, in my opinion, that makes it worth it. But melodic Signal Wave is
yeah,
to me.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I'm not trying to cast aspersions. I'm just sharing an opinion. You know, like Indie Advent
Yeah.
doesn't like Vapor Trap. That's crazy to me. But like we've had conversations about it. He don't like Vapor Trap. Like, all right, bro. Lux, you don't really care. Well, I don't want to. You're not much of a
What?
Vapor Trap fan, are you, Luxury Elite?
I mean, I actually once upon a time. No, I there are some that I appreciate now, but I used to hear it and it would get on my fucking nerves. Like I feel bad because there was an artist that really wanted to be played on Original Neon Nights, and he was very nice, but I did not have the heart to tell him, bro, I can't get into your album. I think it's just not my cup of tea.
Hateful.
Like if I started hearing I didn't want to be mean. I might like it now, but it's just like I don't know. There are some things that there's a song that I'm thinking of, like that Java.exe track that I exposed you to that was on that Commercial Dreams comp. I
Yeah.
liked that.
Yeah, that song was good.
I liked that. It's grown on me, but I was once upon a time kind of a snobby gatekeepy person. I was like classic or nothing. My my views have expanded since then, but I used to be
I'm not trying to call you out. I just think I
snob.
just like it's okay. It's
I'm
okay to
owned
have
up to
things that
it.
you don't like. Like I was just musing. This is the last time I'll talk about me. We'll move on to Roge Corp. But like, I was just talking about how I had just bought 2 Vaporwave albums in the last week, and both of them sampled the same song. A song that I've heard sampled many times.
I saw that rant.
One of them didn't even change the title. Like it had the same title as the original
Just say
source
show
track.
me, it's fine.
They sampled Howard Hewitt's "Show Me," and like, if you motherfuckers sample "Show Me" by Howard Hewitt, I'm deleting all of your albums. Like, sample something else and elevate the
Yeah.
sample. All right, that's it. Next.
Yeah, it's okay. I kind of I told you I experienced the same thing with Millie Scott.
Yeah.
The Don't You Ever Stop
Every little
song.
bit.
Thank you. I was like, what the
Yep.
fuck is the title?
It's a great song.
But yes. I actually ripped it years ago and I completely forgot about it. I was gonna sample it like I guess 10 years ago and I just never did. But I guess it was for the best because everybody else had sampled it for me. And I remember hearing that another situation also. It was like I was like getting ready for work and I heard a not great flip of it on one album, and then I was driving to work and I was listening to another album that had another not great flip of it, and I had to rage quit that album, that second album in the car. I was like, I quit, I'm done, and I just
That's gonna be me the
moved
next
on to
time
the
I
next
hear
album
"Show
that
Me"
I had
by
been
Howard Hewitt.
player.
It's
Sorry,
over.
guys. I feel bad, but it's like Isaac and I have been listening to this basically now since 2012. We have heard a lot of these songs. a lot of times in our history of being here. So it's like, at this point, if I'm going to hear a song that I've heard somebody else sample a little while back, I would love, and I've mentioned it before, please elevate it a little bit more. Please. I
Damn,
want to
time to
support
bust
you
out the
all, but if you're
flames.
sampling the same, if you're gonna give me "Sunshine"
Damn,
by
son.
Alexander O'Neill, like give me something more. I want a little more.
I actually
please.
did hear a song that sampled "Sunshine" on one of the albums that I listened to, and I thought it was all right.
That's why I brought it up.
But yeah, like okay, so I
didn't,
liked that.
sorry.
It's okay. But then they sampled "Rock With You" by Bobby Brown, and everyone has sampled that. We should talk about something else. I'm not trying to discourage the kids in chat from making music.
No, yeah, yeah. That's
Go
and
on
I don't want to come off as that
whosampled.com
either.
and see who the 8 other people who've already sampled Midas Touch are.
That's a hot take I did a few months ago on my episode.
Oh, did you?
Was like
Midas
how-
Touch? Are you serious?
Yeah. Well, it was not quite Midas Touch, but I was like, if you're looking into sampling a song, just go to who sampled, see who has sampled it, hear how they interpreted it, and if that was going to be the same way you were going to do it, think about how you can elevate it, what you can do to make it sound different or make it sound more
True.
unique or something. And I don't want to sound like a shithead. It's just like, I want my homies to succeed, but it's hard to listen to some of these albums whenever I've heard these things already done in the same pitch, even like 12 years before by a homie. That's mainly what I'm saying there.
We got into a really cool discussion in the Hot Takes Discord server, and I promise we'll talk about Roge Corp like in 60 seconds or less. But like what really does it for me is when the sample is obscured enough to where like I kind of don't know what it is at first. And I posted an example of someone who did that with Hearsay by Alexander O'Neill, and I posted an example of someone who actually did use Midas Touch. And maybe I'm slow. I didn't know it was Midas Touch, for a minute or so. Midnight Premiere has a track that uses the extended, I know, riveting, right? Extended version of You're Not My Kind of Girl by New Edition. And I remember when I heard it the first time, I was like, oh, this is cool. Like, this has got a good vibe. And then he waited to like 4 minutes into the song to finally use the vocal part, the refrain from Sorry, You're Not My Kind of Girl. And I was just like, oh, holy shit, this is great. For 4 minutes, I had no idea what the source material was. Like, I don't know. That does it for me.
Totally fair. What do you think, Roge?
Okay, hold on a second. All right.
We-
What was that?
I was about to say, did we break you? did we break you, or did we just bore you?
Oh
I'll
no,
post
you
a link
good.
to that track.
Those-
What do you think?
Of songs being sampled too much.
Yes.
Yeah, I've seen it happen. I don't want to say this one specific. I don't think he's gonna watch this, but this one MF Doom track. I've
MF
heard.
Doom, whoa.
Rap
He's coming for
niches
MF
I've
Doom.
heard- No. Well, not him, but I've heard like
it
his
got
song
sampled
rap
too many
niches.
times. I got you.
Yeah, him. There's a couple more too. I blanking on the name. Yeah, I don't know.
No
I guess
Paul
it depends how
Hardcastle.
taste- Yeah,
Paul
I guess it
Hardcastle will
depends how-
find you.
yeah,
Yeah.
Ask Midnight
That was
Driver.
scary.
yeah. I guess depending on how much it's sampled, how tastefully done it is. I guess, but I don't know.
That's fair. That's fair.
So
Isaac, I'm not thinking of good hot questions.
That's
you,
fine.
You
We're going to
ask
open it
another
up to
spicy.
chat questions here in about 10 minutes. What is your favorite live show that you've ever attended?
That's not spicy.
oh,
Yeah, but it's fun. Look, did you see how he reacted just now?
That's fair, yes.
there's a couple. I mean,
All right, give me 3. Let's. We can all do that.
4 was really fun.
It
Just
was.
that whole weekend, just meeting a lot of my friends IRL. Another one was Slipknot in 2021, actually, right after
Nice.
or when shows are coming back. It was at an amphitheater in Hartford. I was in a
Cool.
so I was in a private VIP box. My dad knows a guy
Oh.
or knew a guy that, rent out a VIP box every year at this amphitheater, and he was able to get me like 12 free Slipknot tickets. So I just got all my friends and told them, because I'm getting you these free tickets, somebody better drive me, and just fucking all of us mosh in this little space, fucking lit out of our minds while Slipknot's playing. It's really
Hell
fun.
yeah.
Trying to think. Altered States is a good memory too.
Nice. That was a
When
great
they
weekend.
brought, when they brought fucking 100 Little Caesars pizzas in the green room. Do
Did you
remember
get
that?
to eat those pulled pork sandwiches?
I did not. I missed out on the
Yo, they were
sandwiches.
gas, bro.
Yeah, I went back there like shortly after you told me about it, and they were all gone already.
Bruh.
But I finally got some Little Caesars. It was like 12 a.m. I think. I went back in there and got some Little Caesars. But
Wait, sorry,
fun.
You
I zoned
bonkered off
out.
the
Which-
Jimmy
which-
Juice?
Oh yeah.
Oh, that show. Okay,
Yeah,
I was
the
like,
one in,
what show are we
Greenville.
referencing?
Yeah.
Sorry, I had to think about it. Oh yeah, thank you for smuggling a Jimmy Juice for me, because that was actually
Jimmy
good.
The Jimmy Juice is still good. It's unfortunate that brewery closed after.
Yeah, that's really
I
sad.
couldn't get more Jimmy Juice. From what
Jimmy
I've heard,
Juice
it's, like,
killed the
pretty fine.
brewery.
Yeah, well, from what I heard, they kind of went bankrupt because of that fest.
Oh, what?
Yeah, I remembered
That's
hearing about that
terrible.
too.
Yeah.
I remember that was basically their last hurrah, because they knew that after that it was going to be done. Something
Yeah.
along those lines.
Yeah, and I don't want to put any business of the performers out there, but I know one of them told me that they didn't even get paid for that show
Bruh.
That's fucked up.
as well. It's like
That's fucked
that.
up.
Yeah, 'cause there's a lot of pays that get forfeited. But yeah, ended up going banked. I could be wrong. I don't.
That's
or
wild.
No,
little
that sounds
pay.
about
I
right.
don't know, but
No, that sounds
Or
about
didn't
right,
get
because I
paid
remembered
much.
that.
yeah.
Yeah, that's really sad to hear. Especially because
Yeah.
like that was a pretty cool weekend in my opinion. Like, damn.
Yeah. It's just I tried ordering Jimmy Juice and it was like, oh, you gotta go to the brewery. I regret not fucking.
Yeah, that was
taking
super
some
weird.
home.
Yeah, I don't understand that. Thank you for
But-
thank you for smuggling that can out of there in your backpack for Lux. Appreciate that.
Yes.
Oh, I did
that
that?
was.
I thought you did it. I didn't have a bag, so it had to have been you.
I don't remember. I was drinking.
You
Jimmy
were
Juice
bonkered
all
off the
day.
Jimmy Juice, bro. You don't remember.
I mean, that's fair. It's very tasty. That I
Yeah.
still have my can on top of the fridge to this day.
Man, I'm trying to remember the best shows that I've ever been to. Definitely Broken Social Scene and Do Make Say Think.
Very nice.
Aurograph Live, always absolutely rules.
Oh yeah.
Aurograph Live is just, I won't miss a show. I'll rearrange everything. Fuck Buttons. I don't know if you guys ever heard of Fuck Buttons. They were great live.
I don't think so.
Damn, have to think
I
real
know
hard.
of Fuck Buttons, of course. But
Yeah. It's something's gonna come
One
to
of
me
my
later and be like,
favorite
oh,
shows.
what about that one? But what were yours?
One of my favorites was there was a not fun artist that went by Profligate. It was spelled like Profligate, but it was Profligate. He came and played a show. Allegedly, he's not the nicest person in person. He was nice to me, but he played at this bar to like 3 people. Myself, Robert Beatty, and the bartender, who happened to also be really into him. And because everybody ended up leaving because he went on really late. There were like 2 other acts in front of him, and then he played to like all of us who were just sitting and watching and bopping. And that was one of my favorite show memories that I've had. Also seeing Devo, because Devo
Nice.
was a bucket list item, of course. Still reeling over the best photo I ever took of Mark Mothersbaugh staring at my camera, and I didn't realize it until after the fact. Banging moment. Trying to think. There's one more. you know, I will have to say, like, it was really great seeing, like, it's been really great seeing my friends that I've known for a decade plus live, like seeing Whitewood's live at the first I2K. I could have just died a happy death. I still watch my recorded footage of that and just get really giddy. Seeing Ryan, St. Pepsi for the first time, that was really cool. Just experience that and freak out from the sidelines. And then also seeing 18 Carat Affair. That was also a bucket list item that I never thought was going to happen. And that was,
Best
I know
show of
that
the
was a
day,
lot of work for
in my
him.
opinion.
Like, I know that was a lot of work because he had like the entire like visual thing that he had synchronized into the set. But that was just so fucking cool to see in person. I would love to see him do it again. I would love for that to happen again, but I don't know if he'll ever do it. I would love to see it happen though.
We tried getting him for I2K too, but he
Oh,
didn't get
really?
back to us. Yeah.
Yeah, he's
he's
tough to
kind
pin
of
down.
Yeah,
He's only gotten
he's
more.
not very active. He's not very active on Instagram. I've unfortunately had to reach
Yeah,
out to his partner to
gotten even
ask a
harder to
question,
get
and
a
I was
hold
like,
of.
I'm so sorry. I felt so bad for that. I mean, she was cool about it, but I was like, I'm so sorry to ask, but he's not getting back to me. But I don't know. I mean, if you need help, I can try to help you if you ever want to try it again in the future. But yeah.
Yeah.
Worth a shot.
We'll see. We shall see.
That'd be a dream.
Yeah.
Well, chat,
so
why don't you
killer.
guys fill up the chat with questions for Roge Corp, because we got 30 minutes to burn, and I'll ask all of them.
I'm gonna take 30 seconds to go pee real quick.
Go pee. Okay. So
One
while
second,
you do
chat.
that and you guys run up those questions, I remembered that I got to see the Locust live one time, and that show was amazing too. And also, honestly, whenever you see an artist like, for example, George Clanton, and you turn to your left and you turn to your right and you look behind you and you know every single person that's there, and you're rolling like 3 circles of people deep. It's just such a familial feeling. When I went and saw the Locust, there was like nobody there that I knew. Maybe like one friend. I saw Blood Brothers one time with like a friend. Amazing shows, but like when you go to, you know, a show where you know everybody like that hits different, and that's something that's special.
I actually have a little bit more fun, admit it. Like, okay, I love seeing things with friends, like seeing FM Skyline and being in the crowd with a bunch of the Rosewood crew. That was awesome. But I will have to say, a show that I did not shout out that I should have shouted out. I saw Deer Hunter during Halcyon Digest in a shorter venue, and like I did not have tickets. So I actually went there about 2 hours before they opened doors so I could get tickets to go see. Roge, I'm talking about Deer Hunter. I saw Deer Hunter during Halcyon Digest, and that was, oh, you are still muted, Roge. I don't know if you've meant to be. There you go.
Oh.
But yes, I actually met a couple of folks in line, including a dude that was like, whenever Nothing Ever Happens plays, I'm totally crowd surfing. And I was like, okay, cool. And we ended up just kind of linking up and being up front the entire time. And I was around like all of the strangers that I met in line, and that was awesome. And randomly, that kind of took me on a flashback back to whenever I saw Queens of the Stone Age in 2007 at a now very dead venue in Louisville, Kentucky. And there was like a group of us up front, and they had played. This was like right after Era Vulgaris came out, and I was like early on in the set. Tangled Up in Plaid from Lullabies of Paralyzed played, and all of us strangers were just so happy to hear it, and we're just singing and swaying and dancing along, and we all just kind of like ended up linking up and like embracing each other during the chorus and jumping around. I never even met these people. We were just really excited to be part of this. So it was like, that was one of my most cherished moments. But of course, I was also an idiot who wore flip-flops to the Queens of the Stone Age show. Got part of her toenail knocked off. like a dummy.
Yeah.
And I lost my spot. I lost those people. I never
Ooh,
got to see them
just gave me
again.
the
Those
shivers.
random strangers. It could have been worse. It could have been worse. But that was a really cool time. But I don't know. As much as I love seeing shows with homies, there's something about hanging out with strangers that you're never going to see again. I think I only really stayed in touch with one person that I saw during another deer hunter show I saw years later. Not very much, but we're Instagram friends. But it's kind of special to hang out with rando strangers, and enjoy a show together and then never see each other again. And they just kind of live on in your memory. Kind of romantic.
I actually have a friend that I made. Actually, I have lots of friends. I don't know why I'm thinking of just one person. A friend that I made at a show in Austin that has, like, I've run into in other cities, like, consistently. And it's just really cool when you have those, like, stars aligned people. Hell, I mean, I don't know if you remember, but, like, the only reason that I know DS Dude and P-Bar is because of a George Clanton show. Like, that's how I met that group of people.
So cute.
So, super, super cool. We got some questions now to catch up. Luxury Noise with the first one.
Sorry, not the toenail comment.
Yeah, my bad. What's the best Family Guy episode, and what's the worst Family Guy season? Best episode, worst season.
Worst seasons, definitely the newer seasons when you get into the 20s, when they tone it down because you can't make the jokes like you used to.
Yeah.
On at least Fox Network or whatever. Best episode. I don't even know the names of the episodes.
Fair.
I think I'll say my favorite season, just like season 3 through 5. That block.
Is Cool Whip in that block?
Cool Whip. I think that
Cool
started. I think that started in season 4. Could be wrong.
That's the only
Cool
episode I
Whip.
remember. That's the only episode I remember.
Yeah.
Family Guy was
where, like,
funnier than the
we-
other shit at the time. For sure.
But over the years, it kind of definitely toned down a bit, but the earlier ones are so funny. Yeah, I don't know. Just about any episode from the earlier seasons. I can't think of a specific one. I'm gonna be thinking about it too long.
You
Sure.
can always answer it later.
Yeah, this is going to be one of those
True.
things that you're going to end up going on Blue Sky. Roge Corp's definitive list. It's like 10 Family Guy episodes.
Yeah.
Memory Splinter would like to know, do you have any favorite guitarists?
Oh. At least currently, I don't know. I can back in the day, at least, big Sinister Gates I was into. There's some other, like, instrumental, math rock shit, like, Polyphia or Chan guitarists.
Real technical stuff.
I don't know their names. Yeah. Yeah, I
Very
don't
cool.
know if I have a specific favorite guitarist currently, to be honest. Just I kind of listen to a lot of that shit, like, mindlessly with who the members are.
I got you. Yeah, I'm
To
not
be
super
honest.
good at remembering names, personally.
Yeah.
Mr. Maritime, what genres does Roge think will create the next wave? What sound does he want to hear?
Definitely would be cool. I mean, to see more expand on the Vaporwave Zero
Yep.
genre for sure. There's definitely would be cool to see Vaporwave expand more. There's all sorts of artists expanding on it. I have Shoegaze in it now, and Vaporwave Zero, and Frez doing, bit crushing it.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely expansions upon that for sure. I would love to see more shoegaze in vaporwave. I think that would
That'd be
be
cool.
a genre combo I would love more. And yeah, more
And I don't
breaks,
even know
like,
how you would get started doing that, but I would love to hear it.
Yeah, yeah, pretty much shoegaze, vaporwave. Love to see that combo more. What was it,
Yeah,
Soft Replica
I
that
vote for
started
that.
doing it?
That would be Soft Replica.
Yes.
I've heard there's somebody else, I'm sure. Oh, Late Arcane does a lot of stuff
I was
that
about to say you're missing
Yes,
Late
Late
Arcane.
I don't know if you're still here, buddy, but like a lot of, especially Late Arcane's earlier stuff, I just had to be like, dude, are you really not using guitar? You seriously? Like it had me fooled. Y'all got to check out some of those old Late Arcane albums. Don't sleep on those.
You all
yeah,
might
Soft
like
Replica.
an album that I should have recommended. Seductive Gateways, the collab between Dreaming Diary and Pat's Vapor.
Mm-hmm.
That had some shoegaze elements into it, and it was like Pat's singing over
not
it.
surprised at all because Dreaming Diary loves shoegaze, especially shoegaze from Asia. Like we had a little geek out sesh about that at one point. That guy's delightful. If y'all have never hung out with Dreaming Diary, you got to. He's just a gem.
The homie.
Shout out the homie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just linked to it in chat, but I'm convinced that album is severely underrated, and I feel like if it would have come out like now, I think people would have appreciated it more. I recommend all of you check out that link in the chat because it's a banger album. Especially All I Can See, that song is so good. I'm obsessed with it.
If it combines vapor and shoegaze, I'm all about that. Make Mistakes
Check
wants
it
to
out,
know,
dear.
what was the first music gear you owned?
As far as instruments, nothing. or I don't know. As far as like speakers, or I know I've owned a little portable CD player, if that counts, I guess. Like
Did you ever have like a keyboard? Did you ever get like a keyboard as a kid? Nothing?
No, I mean I got a little acoustic guitar as a kid, but I barely
Cool.
played it. Kind of just got it.
Yeah,
just to
I can
fuck
relate,
around,
man. I don't
be an
really make
idiot with it.
music.
But
Yeah.
I
I had a
just mix
keyboard
it.
once upon a time. I played some songs by ear. I learned a Deer Hunter song by ear once, and then I learned How to Waste What Is Love,
yeah.
and then my freaking ex took it with him. He never used the damn thing. Maybe I could have had a Lux keyboard arc had he let me keep it, but womp.
Horizon777 wants to know which restaurant has the worst mac and cheese.
Applebee's
Really?
I mean, hot
dog
take.
shit mac and cheese.
Yeah,
I've never
It's
had. I
just
don't think
not at all
I've
surprised.
had Applebee's.
Oh, you
like-
ain't missing anything. Applebee's
Yeah,
is,
me and
is
Vince
just
actually ate there
the
like
most
a few months
aggressively
ago.
mid.
Interesting.
Yeah. Like me and Vincent ate there like last year, and he got mac and cheese as part of his dinner, and I tried it. I'm like, this fucking dog shit. It's like runny liquid cheese, penny pasta. It was a weird taint to it. It's not good.
Well, how would you rank restaurant mac and cheese?
The
What's your favorite
Applebee's
restaurant mac and cheese?
This is zero negative. My favorite is. There's a few. Mission Barbecue has really good mac and cheese. I know they're a bit more of a chain.
I feel like I've
Tupelo
heard of
Honey. But Tupelo Honey has really good mac and cheese.
it. Does Chili's have good mac and cheese?
It's okay.
Huh.
I'm
just okay.
disappointed.
It's definitely better than Applebee's, but
What about TGI Fridays? How did they rank?
I don't think I've ever ate there. Or if I did, I was younger.
Yeah, I don't think I have either.
TGI Fridays, Ruby Tuesdays, anytime we went to those restaurants, Chili's, they're kind of all the same to me.
Gotcha.
Yep.
But
Well, you're doing better than me. We had a Ruby Tuesdays in my hometown, but I never ate there. But it was in the mall, so I passed it all the time. But I never ate there before they
nothing
closed down.
memorable about it.
That doesn't surprise me. That doesn't
Frez
surprise
Wave,
me.
gun to your head. You have to drink a 12-pack of light beer. Which one do you choose?
Negro Modelo.
Hey, answer it for real.
That is a light beer.
Negro Modelo is probably a light beer, but it's probably an amber ale.
Let amber be the color of energy, Isaac,
Mhm,
please.
All right, pick another one.
I mean, I
Pick
don't
one that
mind
actually is the
regular
color of
Modelo.
gold.
I mean, I mean, regular Modelo's fine.
Modelo's
Drink
gas,
that.
dude. Yeah. You
I
ever
don't
had a
know, do you count
michelada?
Blue Moon? I don't think so. No.
You gotta let
Do
me
you count
make you a
Blue Moon as
michelada.
light beer?
Yeah. You gotta let me
Blue
make you a
Moon.
michelada next time I see you. They're gas.
Yeah,
Do you like Bloody Marys?
definitely. Is that the one with the tomato juice in it?
Mm-hmm. Clamato.
Yeah.
Oh, probably
It's-
not.
it-
Then.
Yeah,
gotta
I'm
try
not the
it.
biggest fan of tomatoey things. I
You
think
gotta
they're
try it.
gross. I mean, micheladas are okay, but I'm good.
I'll make
Bloody
a
Marys, I'm
mean
good.
michelada.
I'll eat the celery. I like the celery in it. But yeah,
Glass
I don't know.
K, great question. What is your favorite album cover art?
The Esprit's 200p.
That's a really good album cover.
Probably. That's up there. It's actually my favorite album of all time would be that one. Fuck, good album covers. I don't know. The Esprit one for sure. The 2814 one for sure. If we're talking
Birth of a New
Vaporwave,
Day.
I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a good album
I'm
cover.
just looking through my recents, see if anything comes up. Yeah, anything that doesn't look AI, I guess too.
Yeah.
Fair.
Is that a hot take?
A lot of that early
No.
2000s, you know, like Deftones covers or the Chevelles. Wonder What Next cover is a really good one.
Yeah. The album that has the Deftones album that has Beware the Water. That cover with the girl that's looking up. I can't remember what the title is. It was it came out in like 2007, I want to say.
Okay, let me look. I just listened to this one 2 days ago.
But I really like that cover a lot. That cover's always like stuck with me.
Saturday Night Wrist.
Yeah, that one. Yes.
Yeah, great
Yeah,
album.
Saturday Night Wrist.
Was just listening to that a couple nights ago, actually.
Banger.
Nice.
Really, really liked that that album a lot. Beware the Water is a banger.
Love Deftones.
Yes. Yes. I still
Incandescent's
haven't
got a good
listened-
question. But finish your
sorry.
thought.
Go ahead, dear.
Sorry.
No, go ahead. I was just gonna ramble about Deftones. Go for it.
It's okay. We got some love for Deftones on Hot Takes. But Incandescent would like to know what your favorite game or film OST is.
Ooh.
Film ones I'm not too familiar with,
Oh,
to be
okay.
honest. Game Jack and Daxter, Precursor Legacy. Great. Halo 3, Halo 3 ODST, also a couple good ones.
Is that the one that had the Incubus tracks on there, or was that Halo 2?
Halo 2 had the Breaking Benjamin one. Not sure if there was an Incubus one.
There was one that was that had Follow on it, and that was used for a Halo, but I can't remember which one it was. I was barely interested in Halo for that reason, because I was still an Incubus stan at that point. So that's the main reason why I remember.
Yeah, I'm not sure. What else? I knew I was gonna get asked this, and I was trying to think earlier.
Incandescent gotcha.
Legend of Zelda Wind Waker has a good soundtrack too. Midnight Club 3 has good song selection. I'm currently listening to the Ape Escape soundtrack right now. Just really good. Neon White soundtracks from Machine Girl did them. Those are really good too.
Oh wow.
Yeah, a few I can think of. Jack and Daxter Precursor Legacy is probably my number one. If I had to pick one,
Too
gun
cool.
to my head, as Frez would say.
Some good ones out there, man. I was posting about the Donkey Kong Country 2 soundtrack, but I don't think that's a cold take.
That one's good too. That's
a good
like,
one.
Some of that's like Windows 96 before Windows 96. Like there are tracks on
Yeah, it was
there.
about that
If you
era,
told me it was a
1995,
Windows
I think.
96 song, I'd believe it.
I have a soft
okay.
spot for the Hot Wheels racing game soundtrack.
my
On
God.
a Metallica Fuel note.
Yeah,
it was on there.
They
It was a
mentioned that
banger.
early in the episode. Somebody mentioned that.
Yes. It was
That's
a
funny.
good soundtrack.
I think
mean,
it was
of
1 year
course,
experiment. Or somebody, I don't know.
Banger.
True. Oh yeah, Katamari Damacy. They always have good stuff. Fiji Days, what made you want to get into video editing? And what is your process?
Ooh. Like this question.
Yeah, me too.
So basically, I got asked to do a Eurofest because some people think I make music, which I don't. At least not yet. At least if I ever get into it. But someone asked me if I wanted to do a set, and I was like, you know what? I can try fucking around in a video editing program and see what I come up with. And you know, I think I had it was Movavi I had at first, and I just kind of fucked around with like, you know, clipping shit together and, you know, not doing no crazy effects, but just adding music, and, you know, I ended up enjoying it. So I mean, I'm not an expert at it or nothing. I'm still very beginner.
You're having
but
fun.
Yeah, it's just, you know, it's having fun with, you know, clipping.
Better at it than me.
Videos, clipping them together, and
Yeah. You're good at curation.
And
You're
you're
very good at
enthusiastic
curation.
about it too.
Yeah.
yeah, I try to be. And you know, I did a set for said URL Fest, and it ended up getting postponed, so I actually used my first set for Dom's Block Fest a couple months
Oh
ago.
yeah. Hell yeah. Shout
And
out Dom.
yeah, for real.
What a dude.
And yeah, did that, and then I did Vincent's visuals for Roge Fest. I did N5X's for Roge Fest, and I did,
Too cool.
and then I did yours, Isaac.
You did. You
Yeah.
did.
So, yeah.
I won't mention
pretty
what you
much just
said
like-
you were going to put in the visuals that didn't actually make it, but you know. Just say my set was
You
supposed to
know
be a
that
lot
answer.
spicier than it ended up being.
Yeah. But yeah, just pretty much having fun with that first set. Experimenting kind of. I haven't done anything in a couple months, but I kind of let my subscriptions go for a bit. Vincent did put me on to a new one that was free, so I might fuck around with it soon.
What is it, if I may be so nosy? Unless you don't want to reveal your secrets.
DaVinci.
Da Vinci. God, I feel like I've heard of that. I feel like it was recommended to me
Yeah, that sounds
whenever
familiar.
I was trying to find another program to use. I think maybe Skelly recommended it. I just use oh my god, what am I blanking on? I want to say it's OpenShot. I think.
Shotcut?
What?
I don't think I
Shotcut.
heard
Thank
of it.
you. Thank you. I use Shotcut. It was recommended to me a few years ago by Strip Silence, and it has been fabulous because I'm able to make precise cuts and chops. I'm not doing a lot of remarkable overlays or anything like that, though. It's just mainly me trying to sync things up to commercial blocks. However, I am curious to know if I can do a little bit more with it. Also, wondering if my computer would handle it. But if it does not work, then DaVinci, I might have to give that a try.
Yeah,
dude.
I haven't experimented with it yet. I haven't edited anything in a couple months. I've been in my gamer phase as I recover. So
Fair. You'll go back
That
whenever you're
explains why
ready.
you keep
or-
posting video game stuff on your Insta. Just wondering about that.
yeah.
Oh, okay. Now, follow-up question: are you doing like AMV kind of stuff? Are you posting video games while also having mid 2000s rock set to it? And if not, why not?
If not, when?
But I mean, Yeah, we'll see. Maybe soon. I don't know. I listen to a lot of it while I'm playing. Whether it's,
Ooh, what are your
it,
favorites? Tell me. I'm sorry. I
know,
need to stop distracting from the questions, but I want to know.
definitely Deftones, Chevelle I like a lot. That Bleed album from earlier.
Very nice.
Seven Dust. I listen to Slipknot. I like rock like Creed. I'll be honest, I fucking
Oh, you
love
like
Creed.
Creed? Oh
Hell
God.
yeah.
What's your,
That's
okay?
funny.
Love
Okay. What
Creed.
is your favorite Creed album? Let's go.
I know more individual songs, but
Okay.
Human
What's your
Clay is probably the one I went to the most.
what
Hey, that's
about
a
My Own
classic.
Prison though? My Own
That's
Prison.
a
Okay. I don't like Creed, but My Own Prison is actually very solid.
I'll have to listen to it. See, Creed is just a band I listen to songs individually more than full albums, so I'm not like
Fair.
too expert in that. But a
My
Human
parents
Clay
were
is probably the one.
stans.
Yeah, I think my mom liked Creed too, or both my parents.
Yeah. My
At least
parents
back
actually
then.
saw Creed live and they hated it,
I would
sadly.
love to see Creed.
That's
They've been
funny.
playing shows again. I would fucking love to go see them.
I'm hoping that they're doing better now. Whenever my parents went to go see them, Scott Stapp was quite drunk and was barely able to sing his own songs. But I would like to hope that things are better now. But
Yeah, he looks good now.
Yeah, I mean he was Frank Sinatra in some movie recently. So hey,
No way.
good on him. Yes, he was. I'll have
Wild.
to find a picture.
Yeah.
One more question, and then we got to wrap. Edger Morpheus
Sorry, guys.
95. Have you been to Hampton Roads, and what did you think of it?
Where is that? Southern California? California is going to be underwater in 5 years. I have not been there.
Yikes.
No, I'm kidding.
Not the cancer moment.
I have not been to Hampton Roads. I've only been living in Virginia for just under 2 years. I have not been down there.
Whenever you go back to Virginia, whenever you are healed, are you going to try to travel around a little bit more?
Probably not.
Nope.
At least not for a bit.
Gotta
At
get
least
caught
not
up.
for a bit. I gotta.
I mean, that's
yeah,
fair.
caught
You
up.
you gotta catch up. Oh yes, on that note, while you guys are talking, I will find the link to the GoFundMe.
Yeah.
Yeah, why don't you
Oh,
post
thank
that,
you.
actually? That would
Yeah.
be really helpful. And with
I
that
got
being
you.
said, I apologize to anyone whose questions we could not answer. I'm sorry. Y'all really came alive in those
Sorry,
last few minutes. And,
guys.
I'm really sorry that things got off the rails. But
It's my fault.
ask him in the Eternal Isles of Eternal Chill server. Just saying, you could do that. Roge Corp, we're down to 5 minutes. You know the drill. We like to give you that time to shout out anybody that you want, promote anything that you want, really say anything that you want, or put us on. So take as much time as you need, sir.
Hell yeah. Well, yeah, I'll shout out some people. First off, shout out you guys and the Hot Takes homies, of course.
Hell yeah.
Shout out all the other homies like, Van Gogh and Cadescent, Heaven Sample, Saturn Fu,
Great people.
Frez, shout out Jumper Kimmins, Island. I'm gonna. Don't take it personal if I forget to say your name.
This is why I don't like listing people by name because I always feel bad for that. And I feel you.
But those that are in my circle that come, around, you know who you are, and shout out those that have been following my journey, what I'm doing with VaporVA or my server, at least care enough to pay attention.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, not too much going on at the moment on my end. I mean, I have a Discord server, Isles of Eternal Chill. Hop in there if Spirit moves. Yeah, I
Don't
do
miss it.
listening parties most Thursdays. I'm skipping this week, but yeah, most Thursdays. And also I'm part of, along with Hot Takes, I'm part of Arpwire TV team. Definitely check them out on
Hell
YouTube
yeah, Arpwire.
with mixes if you love that, nostalgic 90s 2000s Fruitiger, Y2K, all that stuff. We just did a lo-fi house mix not too long ago.
Oh,
Ooh,
yeah.
I need to catch up. I must
That's
have
right.
missed
That's the
that.
good shit.
Yeah,
So glad
it's
you guys are
called
finally
Arpwire
on
Choice.
that wave.
Yeah, it's we got some cool stuff planned for the future. As far as that, I'm not sure how much I'm allowed to talk about, but there's gonna be a cool little,
It's gonna be good.
small little merch drop
2026
coming
about to be our
soon.
year, baby.
Yeah.
Ooh, I'm
Merch,
excited.
okay.
Um, this VaporVA front, we got a comp in the works. Not too
Nice.
much on that. It's gonna be smaller. We did it. We invited the artist this time. Did a little invite only thing this time. Personal, just kind of we wanted to, it be smaller and
A little curation
we wanted
going
to
on.
premiere. Yeah, there'll be plenty more comps that I'll be community driven coming, but yeah, this one we kind of wanted to keep it smaller and a bit more curated. It's gonna fund towards the next thing. I am not going to talk about the thing after that. That me and Vincent are about to be working towards.
Ooh, nervous eyes Pepe.
Imagine
Let's
what it
go.
could be.
Yeah, we'll see. I don't know. This summer could be cool. Guess we'll find out.
Ooh. I'm just saying, August is fabulous. I'm just recommending that. It's my birth month.
Yep.
August is lovely.
Yeah, it's your birthday.
Yes.
So yeah, I guess keep August in your mind mentally for Lux's birthday.
Yes, please. I would love that.
Yeah. But yeah, I think that's all I got. Shout out you guys for having
Shout
me
out you
on
for
and
being a pillar of the
Yeah.
being
community.
like family all the time.
It's because you are, buddy.
It's been a joy. I'm glad I came back from break to interview the homie.
Me too. Me too.
Hell yeah.
This has been fun. Shout out you for being an integral member of the Hot Takes mod team as well, man. Love having you on
Hell
board.
yeah.
Just one of those people that can't be replicated. Roge Corp, everybody, jump in his server, donate to his GoFundMe, befriend him. Just a great all-around dude. You don't want to miss out.
Oh yeah, let me add in, shout out everyone that, helped me out with the GoFundMe. I went into this, so those that don't know, I injured my ankle on New Year's this year and staying with my parents currently, and yeah, didn't know how I was gonna keep up with rent while I was gone and not working, and just some couple medical bills and shit. So it's been helping me out a lot. I can say I am able to keep up with rent while I'm gone and utilities, and excuse me, I'll be able to go back home in a few weeks and not be absolutely broke until I get a paycheck. So yeah, shout out you guys for helping me out with that.
Absolutely. It's the
Hell
right thing
yeah.
to do. We're a community.
So, and I'll pay it back. I'll pay it forward in the future.
You just keep doing you, bud, man. That's payment plenty.
Oh, yeah.
Lux, what do you got going on that you can tell us about?
All right. So it's going to be a very poppin' year for me. 2026
Awesome.
is going to be year of live locks. Starting with this March 22nd. Many of us will be participating either IRL and URL rather, in Crystal Eternal's Sanctuary 2026.
That's right.
I will be playing IRL. I just got to see the URL lineup and it is banging too. Holy shit. But I am very thrilled to be part of IRL Sanctuary 2026 at the Summit Music Hall. Just linked tickets in the chat. It will
Shout
be
out.
yours truly and Isaac, of course, Lux Twin, Paul, Crystal Eternal herself, Agnar, and then Zico is also playing it too.
Yeah,
as
that'll
well
be cool.
as some
An all vinyl
as
set.
well as some homies. Yeah, as well as some homies that played the prior one, like Violet Angel, who played a really killer set. Stevie's even. I caught the last bit of that set, but I know Isaac was obsessed with that set.
I cannot wait to see Stevie Zevin play again. Holy shit.
Yeah.
That's going to be the highlight of my
I heard
night.
all about it. I felt so fucking bad that I missed a good chunk of it. So I'm looking forward to doing
Her
that,
shit is
and I'm
brutal.
hoping. Yes. And then of course Isaac and I are also going to be going to Detroit and playing New Visions Detroit, hosted by Doki Doki Beats and Hush Tones. It'll be both of us, and then Christ, Frank JFC, Magdalene, M310, the homie Victory Over Death, and of course the homie MCOPAV as well. I just put tickets up there. I'm very excited to go up there and see the RoboCop statue. Fucking amped. And it'll be really cool to go see something different, something I'm not used to. So that'll be really cool. And then I have some other things on the radar. Can't really disclose. There is going to be one cool thing that I'm doing locally that I usually don't talk about my local shows. I like to keep those to myself just because like I kind of like to just hang out with the homies. But I will be learning to actually DJ soon because I have been asked to do a DJ set in June for a hackers themed party. So I'm pretty stoked.
Oh man, I've been waiting for this day.
I know. I already have a set list going. I just got to add a little bit more and see if I can try to incorporate it into a DJ thing. We'll see what happens. So that'll be cool. Neon Nights will be officially coming back, and I haven't really announced it with everybody, but I have been hinting to it in here, of course. I took a break from it, as I took a break just in general because I was just feeling a little too heavy from online stuff. But it will be returning on February 24th. It'll be a little bit revamped, a little bit different, and I am very excited about that episode. So it would be thrilling to see you all in there.
Y'all gotta be there.
It's going to be really cool. Coincidentally, sadly enough, I actually had a lot of episodes coming up that were heavy on Huesa Otto anyway. I was really looking forward to him seeing that, and sadly, with the news, he will not be able to know that. Yeah. But I am very excited that I will have those on so we can celebrate his memory and have him live on forever, despite the fact that, but yes, it would be a joy to have you all in. Going forward after the 24th, I will be doing bi-weekly shows again, starting at 10 p.m. Eastern. It would be cool if you all showed up, just saying.
Yep, it's a good time.
Yeah, and I think that is about it for me. I have some other things I really need to work on, but I have been slacker.org. There are CDs coming for not Lux, but something else soon. Ooh. More on that later. We're working on those, and I've probably revealed too much, but yeah. I'm pretty stoked.
You heard it on Hot Takes.
Mm-hmm.
So you and I play a lot of shows together. Obviously it's easy that way. So yes. I will be at Sanctuary Live 26. I have it on good authority. I'll be playing earlier in the evening, which is probably good. The vibe that I'm going to be bringing for that is more of probably like a neo R&B type set. I think I've been asked to play about 55 minutes, which is kind of long. So we'll see. But yeah, a lot of like crying in the club type shit. I've never played a set like that live, so I'm excited. Yeah. Kind of like the stuff I did.
I think the last time you did that was Night of the DJ, right? Rosewood's Night of the DJ?
No, I did that for Vapor. What was it called? What did Indy end up calling it? VaporVA?
Oh yes, that's right.
Yeah,
okay.
I did a set for VaporVA. A lot of stuff like Magic Fades, Supreme Cuts, Active Child, How to Dress Well, that kind of stuff. It'll be good. Sick. I am going to be doing a Future Funk set for New Visions. That's the Detroit show, right? New Visions.
Mm-hmm.
Just good old-fashioned, danceable, 4-on-the-floor vaporwave. I haven't played a Future Funk set since... I played some Vapor Funk stuff, but I haven't played an actual like danceable set like that since Midwest Aesthetics Summer Synapse. So it's been a long time coming. Yeah, it's time. It's time to put some good stuff together. Probably going to play a lot of like Nightfall Collective stuff, Unibeat, Cyan
Hopeful
Blue,
Romantic,
that's Matt.
I'm sure.
Yeah, Hopeful Romantics. So that'll be good. IRL. Probably something else that's coming up that I don't know about or can't talk about. So we'll just. I did do a set for, and I teased this. I didn't tease it. I talked about it in the last episode. I did a retro influence set with. Oh, you're too kind.
Future Sounds.
Oh, looks like they just did. They did one with Kid Neon, but yeah, I did one for Future Sounds FM. Let me link that real quick, and it was just kind of an amalgamation, an hour-long amalgamation of, chillwave, outrun synthwave, lo-fi house, vaporwave, more like vapor influence stuff, just like some sample stuff, but more chillwave and synthwave. But yeah, check that out. It's a lot of different sounds kind of put all together. You'd be surprised how well. Oh, you're too kind. You'd be surprised how well Party Boy 69 can mix with Equip. But anyways, check that out if you want to hear some ragers, some retro influenced ragers. And I think that's about it for me. So I just want to wrap up and thank everyone who showed up for being here. You packed out the house, Roge.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for having those questions and for donating and following. Thanks for inviting your friends, and thanks for being part of the community, man. You know, we're nothing if we don't have each other. Roge, thank you for being who you are. You know, I'm so glad to have you in my life.
Aww.
And I'm so glad you came on my show.
Adorable.
Either way, to everybody in show, don't forget to jump in our server and donate if you feel led to do so. You can also follow us via these links right here. And here's Lux's socials, and here's my socials. We also have a compilation you can check out. It's pretty cool. I might be biased. Unannounced guest in the next 2 weeks. Working on pinning down the right personality for episode 11 of season 5. So stay tuned. We'll have that. It'll just be a surprise. Here in a week, you'll find out who it's going to be, and we hope we'll see you at the same time, same place in 2 weeks. That's twitch.tv/HotTakesVapor at 8 p.m. Eastern, Monday, February 23rd. And good night.
Bye, everybody.
Later.